Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is the long-awaited Nepal vlog. If any of you follow my Instagram, you might have seen the photograph I posted a couple of days ago about this trip to Nepal I took back in 2016. It's now March 2020 and we're all in quarantine, and you know what they say, better late than never. Anyway, I hope that you like this video and perhaps it can be a little escapism during this uncertain time. We flew from London Heathrow to Delhi airport and then took a smaller plane from Delhi to Kathmandu. The fog was pretty bad and we almost didn't land, but in the end everything was fine. After over 12 hours in the air, we were pretty shattered, and so we headed straight from the airport to the hotel. We were staying at the Annapurna and ate in one of the hotel restaurants before heading to bed. The hotel had so many different restaurants, but the one we ate in that night was the Indian restaurant, and we had these beautiful plates of food. Now, I should probably say the reason for this trip was my family friend's wedding. They are Nepalese and very kindly invited us along. The next day was the engagement party. It was absolutely stunningly decorated. The party was held in the garden of the bride's house. As this was a private wedding, I can't show too much of it, but here is me looking like that dancing woman emoji. What I will say though is that all of the Nepalese family was so welcoming, and it was such an... In the evening, once it had cooled down a little, we travelled along to Swayambhunath temple. Swayambhunath is a Tibetan word meaning sublime trees. But locally in Kathmandu, they call it Shingkun, which is the local Nepalese baza for self-sprung. For many Buddhists in Nepal, Swayambhunath is one of the most sacred pilgrimage sites in Nepal. In order to reach Swayambhunath, you must climb this very steep hill of 365 steps. So we just climbed up Swayambhunath all the way up there, and at the top you can see the eyes of the Buddha there. At the top is the incredible stupa, along with many shrines and temples. This is the main stupa, and it has these incredible eyes of the Buddha painted on, looking in all four directions. Unfortunately, exactly a year previous to my trip in April 2016 was the April 2015 Nepal earthquake, and Swayambhunath suffered a great deal of damage. In fact, throughout the entire of my trip, it was very sobering to see how badly Nepal had suffered. One of the first things you will notice at this temple, though, are the huge amount of monkeys. These monkeys are in fact holy monkeys. On our way back to the hotel, we walked through this lovely market full of beautiful trinkets. The next day we didn't have any wedding festivities to attend, as it was a family-only day, and so we took the opportunity to drive 20 to 30 minutes to the south of Kathmandu to Patan and Bhaktapur. At the time of filming this, the trip will cost around 400 Nepalese rupees by taxi. Patan was once independent from Kathmandu as a town, but over time it has become more and more a part of Kathmandu due to the close proximity. You just have to cross the Bagmati river. Nowadays, some people call it Patan and other people call it Lalitpur. Patan and Bhaktapur are famous for its arts and crafts, and all around you will find beautiful wood carvings, metal crafts and statues. When we were there was actually a festival, and there were whole groups of people playing music through the streets. Patan is an UNESCO World Heritage Site with a royal palace and a whole collection of temples in the central square. Again, these cities were very badly damaged during the earthquake, and you will see lots of buildings being propped up by wooden scaffolding. In total, Patan has 55 major temples and 136 Buddhist monasteries. Bhaktapur is very close to Patan with more incredible temples. In Bhaktapur, I would recommend visiting the Golden Gate, which is in the middle of Durbar Square. So we are currently in a restaurant in Bhaktapur. All the drumming you can hear is for a festival for the god or god Rama, and we are about to eat this food. I will show you. This is vegetable chow mein, some fluffy rice, some spinach, that is some soup, and that is some garlic. On our way home, we stopped off in another marketplace in Kathmandu to buy a sari for the wedding events over the next few days. I had brought a few with me, but I thought it'd be really special to buy one actually from Kathmandu. We found this shop and went upstairs to find an enormous room full of beautiful fabrics. I chose purple and gold, and I still have the sari and treasure it. This is a photograph I found of me wearing it a few evenings later at an evening reception at another hotel, and I just love it. Our 4th and 5th days in Kathmandu were the actual wedding and wedding reception days. They were incredible. Once again, I can't show too much footage as it was a private ceremony, but there were many different ceremonies that actually took place both at the bride's house and then at the groom's house. In the evening, we went along to another reception with this beautiful lit driveway and entered a gorgeous decorated garden. We then had a lovely meal full of Nepalese delicacies and just had the best time. On the 5th day, we had some time before some more of the wedding parties to visit the Temple of the Living Goddess in Kathmandu. Kumari, or Living Goddess, is a young girl who is chosen as a manifestation of Devi, or Divine Female Energy, in the Nepalese Buddhist community. The royal Kumari in Kathmandu is kept in a palace in the centre of Kathmandu called the Kumari Gar. When the girl reaches puberty, she is replaced by another girl. The life of a Kumari is very different now to years before. Nowadays, the girls are allowed to attend school and return to normal life after being replaced. When we were there, we were lucky enough to actually see her. Her name is Martina Shakya. However, I believe since then another one has been chosen. For our penultimate day in Nepal, we drove to Nagakot to view Everest. If you are on a budget, the best way to get to Nagakot is to travel to Bhaktapur and get a bus to Nagakot, which takes around an hour and a half and costs around 100 rupees in total at the time of me filming this. We luckily managed to get a car from our hotel, which was fantastic, and our guide was absolutely charming. Nagakot is a village approximately 2,000 metres high up. It is famous for its fantastic view of the Himalayas, including Mount Everest. A lot of people travel in time for sunrise or sunset to get the best views. We travelled around midday, and you can get lots of fun pictures and panoramic videos like these. Whilst up there, you can also visit the Changarayan Temple, which is a Hindu pilgrimage site dedicated to Vishnu. That evening we went for supper at the most beautiful hotel called Dwarika's Hotel. The hotel was absolutely stunning. I don't think any of my photos are able to do it justice. The hotel is made up of a collection of heritage Nepali houses and courtyards. The original owner, Dwarika Das Shretha, I really hope I pronounced that correctly, was a conservationist and won a UNESCO Heritage Award for this hotel. These traditional wooden buildings were going to be knocked down, but the hotel saved that from happening, and Dwarika saved many more ancient wooden carvings and placed them in the hotel. In this beautiful courtyard, there's actually a carpenter's workshop where they restore wooden carvings, and other boutique shops with traditional Nepali jewellery and other objects like that. The next day we had one last chance to go out into Kathmandu. We chose to visit the lovely Garden of Dreams, also known as the Garden of Six Seasons. It is this almost mirage-like Eden within the bustling, chaotic city of Kathmandu. You can barely hear any traffic once inside the gardens, which within them have pavilions, an amphitheatre, ponds, fountains, birdhouses and verandas. It is opposite the former royal palace and was created for Kaiser Sumsha Rana, who was a field marshal in the Nepalese army and a son of the then Prime Minister of Nepal. It was designed by the architect Kishore Nashing. Sadly, after a wonderful week in Kathmandu, it was time to return home. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Do give it a like if you did, and comment down below if you have been to Nepal or are planning to go. I'd love to know what you saw and did. I'm definitely planning on visiting again as there is so much to see. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!